There is only 100 days left in 2025, and God is ready to bless you. God is ready to pull you out of lack. God is ready for you to take the step to break the cycle, because there is different ways that you could increase your income. But first, you need to change your mindset. You need to stop procrastinating. You need to stop making excuses, and you need to use the very thing God put inside of you. Just like the woman of with the oil, she only had a little oil, right? But God blessed it and turned it into abundance. So there is some type of talent, gift, lesson, system, idea that's inside of you that God could multiply right now. Welcome to Holy and Rich. My name is Saret Davis, and I am here to help you create the dream lifestyle you always desire, right? Because many Christians believe that when you are broke, you are more holy than the next. Let me tell you something. We need wealth in the kingdom. We needed to build the physical and the foundation in the kingdom to do the work that God placed inside of us individually and collectively. And so in this season, I'll be talking a lot about digital products because that is the era that we are in. And so you could ignore it. You could demonize AI because you don't understand it. You could demonize and call people lazy because they're making money the easy way, right? And they found the cheat code by studying the era. Because anytime you study any type of era, any type of generation, whatever was prominent in that time and you took advantage, you usually won it, right? And so in order for us to win, obviously we want to have Christ as the foundation, but also understand the seasons and time, just like the Issachar anointing, right? We need to understand the season and time that we are in, and we are in a digital era. So this don't mean that you have to quit your 9 to 5. This does not mean that your business has to be all digital, but there is something that you need to make digitized. Whether you are a minister, you could be having prayer calls online, streaming it, teaching people how to pray, or even have different type of ebooks and workbooks, digital downloads. That way it could reach the masses and not just those who sit in your congregation or in your area. And also, maybe you're a beauty person, maybe you have a hair salon. You could teach other people how to fill their seats. You could teach them a technique, a solution, something that they don't know. Maybe you have a 9 to 5 and you've been working in corporate America pretty much all your life. And this is a great way to teach a system how to master a interview, how to fill out an application, or how to do things your way. You actually could teach even a company how important HR is and systems and departments, right? And so we need to make sure not only is digital is part of a department, but is a part of the foundation and the growth of your business if you're willing to scale. Okay, let's go to the foundation scripture. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 11, and we're going to do verse 6 and verse 4 and verse 6. Ecclesiastes 11, 4 and 6. Whoever watches the wind will not plant. Whoever looks at the cloud will not reap. Sow your seed in the morning, and at the evening let your hands not be idle, for you do not know which will succeed. And this reminds us that we do not have to wait on perfect conditions, perfect timing to begin to do a great work. God literally could bless your small beginnings. God literally could bless your idea if you are willing to take the step. Because many times we are frustrated with God because He is not answering our prayers. And the reason why the prayers haven't been answered because you haven't taken the next step. The GPS is not going to tell you the next direction, the next turn until you drive off. You have to be in some type of motion and movement to happen. And you may say, Sarai, I don't have any money right now. There is enough information out there for us to apply and to make at least $5, $100, even thousands of dollars. But we have to willingly be putting in the work. And so this is why it's important. As we come into an end of 2025, we need to make sure that we are laying the foundation. And so in this video, I really want to break down how we could break down the next 100 days so that way God could bless the next 100 days. Because not only do not want to miss out on the blessing, but we also don't want to miss out on the purpose he have for our life, because every single day we are wasting, we are allowing the enemy to come in and to come in agreement with his assignment and not his assignment. And so we want to be mindful that every single day we are purposefully living. So with that being said, what are we going to do? From day 1 to day 30, it is time for us to create the foundation. And so I know you probably purchased a digital marketing book 101 or course before in the past, and you feel like it's a waste of money and time. But be honest with me. Have you actually put in the work? Have you gave something at least 100 days? Because many people are giving up on things they haven't even put the work in. And so for this next idea, this next movement that you do, whether you use digital products or something else in life, right? Give at least 100 days. 100 hours, 100 posts. Just give it 100 and let's see what will happen. But also be intentional about those 100. So in day 1, into between day 1 and day 30, we're going to be laying the foundation. So first we need to know, what exactly are we trying to do? What is the story we are trying to sell? And so what I realized is, when talking to clients, many of them frustrated about past courses, not because the course is bad, because they don't even have the direction that they're trying to go. And so when you understand the direction you need to go in, you will understand if you should purchase that course or ebook. Because many of you are just buying things because of a dollar sign, because somebody say, oh, I made 100,000 in 10 days. And so you go and run into them for a course, but that course may not be for you. But if you don't have a clear idea on who you are and the direction you're going, they could sell you anything, and that is a big problem. So first thing is, get clarity. What are you trying to accomplish? And you may say, I don't know. And this is why I want you to take out your journal, get your notebook. I told you I keep the $1 Million Notebook with me at all times, because you want to write every single thing out. Are you, if you're trying to leave your 9 to 5 in the next year or two, what does that look like? You need to know, how much money would it take for you to leave your job? If you looking to build like a side income, what does that look like? What are you building that side income for? How will you multiply it? If you need to take off a month from your business, what does that look like? And see, this would help you build your income. And you may say, I really don't like talking on the camera. I don't want to show my face. I don't want them to know me. That is fine. That's why you could build faceless pages. This is why you could build theme pages without showing your face, right? And so there is multiple ways that you could get money, but you need to get clear on which way you want to go. So this first week, identify where you're going and why you're going there. And then you're going to say, what are you going to do? Do you want to do webinars? Do you want to do group meetings on Zoom or in person? Do you want to create an ebook, a workbook? And see, when you are clear on that, now we know what we need, okay? And so let's just say, okay, I want to create a course. I want to create a course that's going to help women, that's an esthetician, and, you know, I want to show them how to get their first client. Okay, now we know where we need to go. Okay, so what will it take to build that course? How many modules are you going to start from ground one? Will you start with how to get an LLC? Are you going to start while they're in college or while they're still in school, esthetician school? So these are the things that's going to help you build out your course. Now that you have an outline for your ebook and your course, now let me see, do I understand how to build a course? Do I know how to do a course? Do I want to just go on YouTube University and learn these things? Or will I invest in a course that actually teach how to build a course, how to scale a course, and how to sell a course? You get what I'm going now? Okay. And so then after you figure that part out, you're going to obviously set up your store. And then you're going to put your course on there. Now, we're doing all this in the first 30 days. And then I want you to set a date on when you're going to launch this. And this is where we're going to go from there. Now we have it built. We launched it in the first 30 days. Now, day 31 through day 60, it's time for us to grow. Okay, so you need to make sure you're consistent with your posting. So consistent don't mean every single day. Consistent mean showing up at the same time, at the same amount of time or more. So what's realistic for you? So can you show up 3 times a day? Can you show up 3 times a week, 4 times a day? I'm gonna be honest, the more you show up, the better push the engagement will work with you. The algorithm don't dislike you. The algorithm wants content because they keep people on social media. The algorithm don't like inconsistency. So those who posting more, the reason why many of them are winning, because they are working with the algorithm. And then what page is easy for you to show up on? Is it YouTube, Instagram, TikTok? The great thing is, even if you focus on one page, the content could get dispersed on all the pages at one time. But I truly want you to focus on one platform, because I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I really want you to see the results before 2026 hit. Okay, and so in this time, you want to make sure you're collecting emails. You want to make sure you share behind the scenes. Tell your story. Be honest. Let them know, look, I don't know what I'm doing, but I can tell you one thing. This is from the heart. I am building this because I know how hard it was to start off as a social worker, as an esthetician, as a nurse, whatever type of profession you're coming out of or that you're in, whatever it is, share your story. Because guess what? Authenticity, excuse me. Y'all know what I'm trying to say, is what sells. I'm not even cutting that out. Is what usually sells. Okay, and so you want to be true. People tired of the polished cookie cut type of videos. People want the rawness. People want to see you mess up on a word like I just did. Okay, and so in that time, you want to make sure you're collecting your emails, sharing behind the scenes, being honest about who you are, and bringing true value. So while you're posting, please bring value. Talk to their problem. Don't just say, I have this course and it's 82 modules. No. Tell them why they need this course. If you're struggling to get clients, this course will help you reach your first 10 clients in 30 or 60 days, whatever, right? And so it's not that you're making a guarantee, but you're telling your story. Just be honest. Be like, when I first started business, I only made 10,000 in my first year, but this is what I would have done different now that I know what I know. That way you're telling them the truth. You're not lying saying I made $1 million, and if you know you didn't make $1 million, okay? And so now we into day 61 to day 100. Now it's time to scale. And so during this time, you should have seen some type of traction. You should have seen some type of growth in social media if you was consistent. And preferably, you should have seen some type of sale. So it's time for us to scale. And in this time, this is when I tell people you may want to get a mentor. If you're able to invest in a mentor, it's probably time for a mentor in the position that you're trying to go in, right? Or it's time to purchase another course to help you understand. Because let me tell you something. I don't care about buying digital products and courses and mentorship because it saved me with time. Yes, I could search all of this stuff for free, but I love my time better than money. Okay, I prefer to have all my time. If you could tell me how to get this done in a week or two versus me studying and searching for a whole month to find it in 100 videos, but you could tell me in a few hours, I would rather pay that. I don't know about you, but day 61 through day 100, we are scaling, baby, because I want us to celebrate together on New Year's Eve, not because it's 2026, but because we gave God something to bless. We gave God something to blow on. So this is going to be a time to refine your product. Are you speaking clearly on what you're trying to convey to your clients, to your customers? How can you make your service better? Be okay with feedbacks. Maybe you should raise the prices up now. Maybe you need to create a bundle because you're able to listen to the customer like, oh, well, I understand this, but I don't understand that. This is a perfect time to read the comments, to listen to the customers, reach out to them who purchased it in the past, ask them for feedback, right? And I also want you to go live. This is a great time to go live, y'all. Look, I'm telling y'all this, but that's uncomfortable for me too. I'm gonna be honest, but I am doing everything I'm sharing with you. This is what I am personally doing, okay? And so I really want you to go live weekly. Why? Because it's time to reach people who've been watching you, but they need to see your personality or they need to hear you. And for those who are gonna be faceless, just the other day I seen somebody on TikTok live and she literally had like a flyer up and she didn't even show her face and her content was great. I sat there and listened to her whole live for about an hour while I get ready because she was giving so much value. So there is still ways for those who prefer not to show them their faces and want to, be faceless when it come down to their content. And also, I want you to keep this momentum. So this is going to be the momentum as you go into 2026 that you are holding yourself accountable. And in this time frame, I want you to map out your first quarter. Preferably we do it around the second part. Between the 31 and 60 days, I really want you to start thinking about your first quarter because I don't want you to wait till January 1st to say, okay, these are my desires. But this is going to be a great time for us to focus on what's going to happen to 2026 because I really want you to win. Lock in because God is about to take your life to the next level. But are you going to be willing to be in position and give him something to bless? And I already know what some of you are already saying. You are already saying that, look, I need 100 days at least to plan. Let me tell you something. Break that card of procrastination today. Break the card of limitation and lack today. Break the card of I can't today because that's all you need is 30 days to plan, create, and launch. And the next 70 days will be where you are going to grow like never before in your business, okay? Because I need you to understand this. Progression over perfection. So I don't care what are you doing. Every single day, work towards what God put inside of you. So that way God could bless what you start and not what you keep waiting on, And so you keep saying, I'm waiting on God. I'm waiting on God. God waiting on you to start. If you're ready to finish 2025 strong, commit to launching in the first 30 days. I want you to comment what you're starting and follow Holy and Rich for new things, new tools, new ideas that we're going to be putting out. That way you can have a successful digital business. You be blessed. And remember, God called you to be holy and rich. See you soon.